What's going on, everyone, and welcome to the Trail Theory Podcast. I'm Brian.
I'm Alex.
I'm Austin.
And I'm Pfeiffer.
Sing it.
I'm just going to keep all that in.
Hey, we better. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Trail Theory Podcast.
Don't mind me just drinking my NA beer over here and singing.
Just, I guess I'm introing, but Austin needs to because he made this up.
I guess it is my episode. What's up, guys?
Hey.
So, we are in the throes of a very important basketball tournament.
The irony is, like,
There's been some debate of whether we're allowed to say March Madness or not. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I don't think we can put it in the title, though.
Yeah.
Canceled.
Beep it out. If we do our research later, just beep it out. We're not allowed to say. We're not allowed to say March Madness.
we're talking about March Madness.
Yeah, there you go. That's better.
March Madness.
We will also, there will be a bracket in the title of
There will be bracket.
The thumb.
Yeah. You'll know what we're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Rhymes with light Urple.
Yeah.
So
Although most backpackers don't maybe give a shit about sports, but I don't know. Maybe that's.
I don't know.
Maybe.
That may be an unfair
if
generalization.
you don't know about the basketball tournament,
I know
then-
about March Madness. I do not follow, though.
No.
Yeah,
me
so
neither.
you
Yeah,
know.
that's
We
fair.
all
Yeah.
know.
It's a thing.
A little bit of spring insanity.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking
we're
about.
I
doing
know
a
it's the
thing.
most popular time for men to get vasectomies. I do know that.
That is true.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, for
Is
that
that
first
true?
that
Yep.
first weekend.
Interesting.
There are multiple basketball games on every hour of the day that first weekend of March Madness. Get a vasectomy at that time. You're chilling at home.
You just hang out
just
and
get to
watch
hang out and watch
basketball.
basketball.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I get
It's
it. There you
smart.
go.
Potato mode.
That are the Masters. The
Yeah.
Masters is
Yeah,
another
I
good
have
time.
heard that. I have heard that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Fun
Anyways,
facts.
we're not going to really talk about the college basketball scene.
Or vasectomies.
Or
vasectomies,
you know,
really.
we can't
We've
talk
talked
that.
about both now.
We've talked about both, but we are going to do a bracket of backpacking gear.
Oh, yeah.
So what we have tonight,
Backpacking.
brackpacking.
I'm excited to see.
Tonight we have
not the title. I don't know what it should be.
we have 16.
I like that.
We have 16 items that you can take with you, and this will be interesting because some of the matchups eventually are going to be very interesting. I think you can vote how you want, depending on how your gut
Vote
feels.
with your heart.
But I essentially was thinking, what you think is the most important or dearest to your heart. These are not brand or
Well, and at the end, there's only one piece of gear at the end of it anyway.
Right.
It's going to
So
win.
No,
we're
that's
going to
true.
land on what
this
the most...
isn't like a Snow Peaks this or hyper
Right.
like that. It
It's
is
just the
just the
product.
general.
Just
you can
product,
use your
yeah.
own
Homie
experience.
backpack or high-end ultralight backpack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Homie.
You can use your own experience and why you are voting for one or the other. And essentially how we're going to do this is the four of us are going to vote. If there is a tie at any point, Paul on the ones and twos is going to be our tiebreaker. So
Nice.
Hell yeah.
important guy over here. Yeah, look at that. He's got all
Are
the...
you bringing a plane in?
Yep.
He's
Is the field goal good?
he's a referee, he's
referee.
Yeah, because
Got
they
it.
do
It's
all
all-
that. and
yeah,
yep.
those are all
All the
basketball
sports.
referee
We got an
things.
instant replay here. Too many men on the field.
Before we get
We got a
started,
coach's challenge.
as we are going, before we get started and as we're going, throw a comment down below, and as we're answering, you guys answer too. Tell us what your
Yeah.
answer to the brackets
Your
are.
favorite, yeah. So, and one more thing before we get into this, because a lot of times we talk about this stuff at the end, but we're
Yeah,
just going to
that's
do it
true.
again.
Good call.
So keep an eye out on social media and other things. We got a lot coming out for Trail Theory Podcast.
Big year.
Number
Big
one, we
year.
have a Patreon coming out very soon. We're going to do a couple tiers. We're going to start off with just a supporter tier. So if you love us and you want us to see us grow, please subscribe to that Patreon. We're also going to have some merch, and we are going to be hosting a live podcast at the Northeast Ohio Adventure Festival in Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio on May 16th. So if you were local and you want to come hang out and watch us do a live podcast and see our booth with a bunch of sweet stuff.
We got stuff. We got things. We're going to be there.
You can be
come say hello.
You can be
Fly
on our
in.
podcast. You can come to the booth and hang out and be on the podcast.
That is going to be
Cats
cool.
and dogs living together. Mass hysteria.
We're going to have backpacking meals to eat. We're going to have coffee. We're going to be giving high fives.
Oh, coffee.
And we're going to be listening to boom boxes on the trail. No,
Hell
we're not.
yeah.
No, we're not.
No.
You will get.
no.
We'll probably jump you.
Yeah.
If you do that.
You will get beat up.
If you,
We will steal your lunch money.
If you admit that to us at the booth, you will get jumped.
Yeah.
Just making
and
promises.
then you'll get a swirly.
Just making promises.
Anyway, all right. So, like I said, there's 16 different pieces of gear or teams, and they are, just like a traditional bracket where you have the 1 seed versus the 16 seed. So we can start with number 1. I am sorry if some of these seem a little obvious on which one's going to win, but I think you can make an argument one way or the other.
You know what, though? Sometimes there's
We'll see.
upsets,
It might not,
right?
dude.
It's
there's
March
always
Madness,
there's
dude.
always upsets in March
Yeah.
Madness.
There's, things happen. Just it's the dance.
Right out of the gate, I'm going Bivy.
Well, hold on. So the first matchup of the day we have at the 1 seed, a classic, a perennial bracket topper, the tent.
You put the Bivy as the 16th seed. That is great.
Well,
I love it.
Oh, that's another
underdog.
part of this is that these are just like in March Madness. There's regions,
Yeah.
and the first couple things that we're going to be voting on are the shelter region.
Love it.
Okay.
So,
Nice.
In the northwest corner.
In the northwest corner.
A welterweight from North Carolina.
So the first matchup is Tent versus the almighty Bivy. So
Almighty Bivy.
So yeah, in the 16th
Give it a
seed,
lot of
listen, they
credit.
got in on a play-in,
They won the MAC tournament.
yeah, right.
It's
The Arizona Wildcats versus Miami University.
I'd love to see the odds.
Look, some of you might pick Bivy.
Hey,
but
Miami's crushing this year. They did just lose in the
They
tournament.
did just
but-
lose.
Anyways, so
all right, 10 versus Bivy.
Tent versus Bivy. All right, so
Next.
We could do next. Listen, Tent is obviously like such an important piece.
Yeah.
It's so huge. If I'm choosing my shelter, I'm going to go with that. Argument for the Bivy, extremely lightweight.
Yeah.
Have any of us in this group? I know someone in our group has. Have any of us bivvied before? No.
I've been tempted.
No.
I will say, Hyperlike did come out with a Bivy, and there are little bits and pieces of me that go, oh man, that would be so nice to just be able to just get in. It's super easy to set up.
You want me to ruin that for you?
Like a hot pocket sleeve.
Because I
then-
agree.
But then I go, then you can't sit up. Then you have to
Exactly.
only be laying down. Then you've got to change
Gotta do that
outside.
weird
Then you
slide
gotta
to get
you gotta
out.
slide to get out. It's
Shimmy
really
out.
weird.
Yeah.
So it's like the Bivy's just not for me. It can be for everybody else, but it's not for me.
I could just imagine somebody getting into it by doing a running start and dive.
just sliding in.
and then, all right, there we
I
go.
will say, if
Yeah.
the conditions are optimal,
You don't have to tarp, the Bivy
if
then
we
too.
were,
But
where did we go?
If
Was
the-
it Mount Washington where it was raining?
I have
Mount Mitchell.
a
I mean,
response.
the last few have
When
been
you,
raining.
me, and Greg went, and we had to
Oh, Mount
sit in
Mitchell.
the tent.
we have the same thought.
If
Yeah.
you had a bivvy and you had to hunker down in the tent for a couple hours
You're just
while it's
laying
light
down.
out, that sucks.
Yeah, that would suck.
Not having a tent to chill out in.
Yep. That would be a
But-
bummer.
So I think you were about to say if it's optimal conditions, then it could be worth. If it's optimal conditions, neither. Just sleep on the
yeah,
ground.
just cowboy camp.
I had the same thought.
I'm with you
Yeah,
on
but
that
who's-
too.
who's done that in our group?
Well, we've always brought shelters,
We've talked
right?
about it. Yeah, we always
Well,
bring
I
tents.
know, but we got a lot of people with single
I'd
single
do that.
tents.
I'd do that way before. Well, not way before Bivy. I mean, but optimal conditions, I'd rather cowboy camp. I'd bring a tarp. And
I
just-
don't disagree,
hang it
but
up.
to
That's
me,
not a cowboy camp.
Then you're
That's
like,
You can have a no. You
Nope.
can,
Cowboy
just like
camp's
a
just
Cowboy
on the
camp
ground,
is
bro.
just laying on the ground. There's
yeah, that's
no
the tarp.
then an open shelter, whatever. Like
That's tarp.
Sure, tarp. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then either of those I would do instead. Of the
God,
Bivy.
what is wrong with you?
There's
I'm just kidding.
so aggressive.
Gracious.
I'd rather sleep
We
on
are
the
in
ground.
the first matchup. And we thought it was going to be a layup.
Look, I just want to make this interesting.
But
All right.
Bivy, no chance.
no,
No
I-
chance.
yeah, the Bivy,
All right,
dude.
so Tent
God.
wins matchup number 1. Get that marked up.
You'd think we were comparing
ba, ba, ba.
anything to
Boom,
beef
bam.
with this guy.
we
all
should
right.
have screen recorded this. I'm gonna have to recreate this whole thing.
No,
I'm gonna
Al's
I'm gonna
do
make it look.
Oh, you're gonna do something?
it's
Okay,
good.
cool.
So-
So
Nice and purdy.
matchup number 2. on the books. We've got the 9 seed versus the 8 seed. 9 seed, we have the hammock.
Hammock.
And in the 8th seed, with a slight advantage, we have just a tarp.
Interesting that you think it's a slight advantage.
Well, 8 and 9.
Listen, it had a better regular
I guess,
season,
right.
so
They were just ranked higher in the coaches poll.
Man, that's
I know my
this is
answer.
actually a good seed pairing as far as numbers because I do think this is
Hey,
it's close.
I thought this whole thing out.
I could
I
tell.
know it's very well thought out.
I
You
know
did
my
You
answer.
did a fantastic job. I know my answer to that now too.
I do
Okay,
too.
All right.
let's talk about it and argue about it.
I'm going tarp.
I am too.
Nice.
I am 3.
Dang it, I was going to go
High fives all
hammock.
around.
Oh,
Wait,
so you lost.
So I lost. But hold on. Why a tarp over a hammock?
I don't like hammocks.
Yeah,
I
I don't sleep well in them.
You don't
Never
think you
have.
can get comfy enough to
I don't
sleep
think
at
I
night?
can. I
No.
side sleep, and so I can't. I don't feel like I'm going to be
Yeah.
able to side sleep
Yeah.
on.
You can't just like
on a hammock.
To me,
cocoon.
Yeah.
a hammock as like if I put a hammock up, my son would be like, "Oh hell yeah, a hammock!" Like
5 minutes in, though,
now,
I'm like,
now
I
like
need out.
a big ass rope hammock that's like in your backyard on
Yeah.
a cool breeze day all day long. But a backpack, like to me, I feel
Just
like this is
too-
like trying to set a banana up on the wrong end on the counter. Like my body, if I'm laying on my back, like the thing is like it's just totally curved. Comfort. This is not a comfort. This is
No, I understood that, which is the funny part. But
It's
what a-
funny though.
Yeah.
The three of us have not hammocked. Austin, you've hammocked. Paul, you've hammocked.
Yeah, that was the worst night of sleep I've ever had in my life.
That wasn't the hammock's fault.
But it wasn't the hammock's fault.
It was the tarp's fault.
It was the tarp
too
fault.
small.
It was my fault.
It was
Yeah, that's user error.
That is
100%.
bad.
Aw.
I'm still going tarp. though.
I just don't and having like we did a music thing years ago and there were those hammock things, remember?
That was
Oh,
in that
yeah,
place.
that was so
inside.
cool.
And they were like, I mean, it's fun for like a minute, but a whole night's sleep.
Yeah, I don't think I
in
could
that
sleep in
weird
it.
like bend.
They're
like,
so
no.
light, but I guess a tarp is
Tarp
too.
would be,
But
yeah.
You would
You're just
also have
very
to have
exposed.
a tarp too. So I feel like if you're just doing the tarp, you're going to be open to
I
open
guess.
air anyways.
But again, like
So-
the tarp is like right there. Like I think with like a regular tarp, if you're on the ground, it does expose you to different things. But I get it.
Yeah.
It's more of like the sleep.
And you can do the tarp in
disadvantage
a
of the
lot of
sleep.
different configurations.
That's
though.
true.
Right.
So
That's right.
and you can make kind of almost like a bivy-ish where it's pretty low to the ground.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
can-
you
Right,
can
right.
tarp it
That's-
down
yeah.
low. Yeah.
yeah.
Tarp is a pretty
pretty
versatile
yeah.
tool
Yep.
in general.
Tarp it up.
Fine.
You'd be salty over here.
All right, so the next region that we have
like this
here
one a
are
lot.
all these are all just gear, just gadgets, utility tools. Okay,
This is a tough one.
and so the next matchup is in the 5 seed we have trekking poles, and in the 12th seed we have pocket knife.
this is hard.
Wow.
So yeah, this one I think it has the chance to have an upset. It's a little bit
Pocket knife.
sticky. And we already have a vote for pocket knife. But coming from the man who's never used
Yeah, you
trekking
don't
poles.
use
No
trekking
poles
poles
for me.
This one's a tough one for me too, because I think that like I love trekking poles. Like I think that
So
it works
hard.
really well for most things. But man, having a pocket knife as a utility is like so key in so many different ways.
See, I only use the pocket knife to
Cut
cut my
cheese.
bags and cheese. And
I don't
like,
really need a pocket knife, but I'm still going pocket knife.
I think
over poles.
I might be going down. I'm thinking too survivalist because I'm thinking I'm limiting other things too.
Yeah, no,
whole
we're
pack is normal.
backpacking,
I just
dude.
have to pick between these two things. Is that kind of or is
Yes.
there a
Hey man,
Yeah.
whatever
No,
makes
no.
your heart sing.
It's not correct. Whatever makes
Or
your
is
heart
it
sing.
just what
You're
I
not
prefer?
choosing one or the other. It's what you think is like the most dear to your heart, is the most important. Like you can't live without type of thing.
or if you
Okay.
just had to pick between the two for your pack.
right.
all right?
You
If
could
had
do
to
that
pick,
too.
If you had to pick one of these and one stayed at home,
Yeah.
and the
Does
gnome
pocket
took the
knife
other.
extend to multi-tool? That's not another thing on here, right? So multi-tool
It's
pocket
not.
knife would be the same.
That's a good question.
This guy over here, Leatherman,
He's trying to-
Swiss
he's
Army
trying
knife.
to
He's trying
bend
to
the
get more
rules.
tools out of the tool.
Paul has
no,
a
a
step.
pocket knife.
Yeah, I was going to ask, okay, pocket knife, could it also be a fixed blade?
Sure.
Okay.
That's fine. Yeah.
if you want to stab yourself in the pocket,
I used a fixed blade
just
for
call
the
it
first
knife.
Knife.
Yep.
two. I did.
Yep.
I'm gonna go trekking poles.
knife.
Yeah, I think I am
Trekking
too.
poles for me.
I can survive without the knife.
See, what's funny is I could survive without the trekking poles too. Like I could hike without
I
it.
can
yeah,
survive
for
without
sure.
either, but I really like.
I
having
use my trekking
poles.
poles more than I use my pocket knife.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna go pocket knife.
Oh, buddy.
We have our first tie, which means
Overtime.
Paul.
Send it to Gene Sterator in New York.
Paul, who doesn't know anything.
We're gonna go with pocket knife.
Oh, upset.
You got an upset
Fucking
city.
fool.
Oh man, jeez, dude. See, this is how people actually get
I just
when they
lost
watch
so much money.
the brackets.
Brian is spicy tonight.
What?
Oh man, sorry.
All right.
All
Pocket
right,
knife
so
it is.
in the utility region, we're still there. We have the 4-seed headlamp versus the 13-seed saw.
I know it.
Dude.
Easy.
So this one feels easy.
It
This
is
one
easy.
feels easy, but again, argument for and against. Like, obviously, a headlamp's such a big part, especially if you get stuck in at night. You want to be able to see around your camp. I mean, it's such a key part. That's why it's in the 4-seed.
The saw though.
But a
So-
saw is so convenient for like your fire,
Yeah,
and
man.
you know it's tough to like if you do want to have a fire to do
Can we-
it without that.
Can we put a stipulation on here for this one? Right, we are in an area where you are allowed to have fires.
Sure.
Yeah, okay,
Okay.
that's good.
Yeah.
So what I want to say in my mind now is like,
It'd,
and I
it'd
don't
be
think
funny if it was the opposite. We're in an area where you can't.
Yeah,
give me the saw easily. I want the saw.
You want the saw?
No, I'm teasing.
Oh, I was gonna say shit.
If I
jeez.
actually feel like, and I'm saying this now, is if that were hatchet versus headlamp, it would be much harder for me.
Yeah. I
But
think
in
you're
this
right.
in this instance, I would say headlamp for sure. Because sometimes, like a hatchet is really helpful to make things smaller.
Well,
to
the
start.
idea, I guess,
Yeah.
the idea though isn't necessarily saw. It's more of like the idea of the saw. So hatchet, you
What it
could
can
kind of
bring
throw
you.
in this too,
Yeah.
because it's for the purpose of getting wood
for a campfire,
ready for a campfire.
Oh.
Because without it, it is difficult, you know. But again, it's
Right.
not. It's not.
But
it's
again,
not
it's
just
possible.
have
you
It's
it.
could still
possible.
get smaller stuff to burn
Right.
without
Right.
chopping it.
Well, so
or
here's my
sawing it.
argument is a fire, at the end of the day, if you're bringing freeze-dried meals and stuff, it's a luxury item. You
It
don't
is.
have to have a
It's
fire.
just something to gather around.
You do need to have light.
I do think the headlamp's
Yeah.
much more survival
Yes.
necessary. So
I'm gonna go headlamp.
Headlamp is getting to the final four. I'm just saying it.
clean.
Yeah, it's fair. Headlamp.
I don't know.
Headlamp has high ceiling here. Very high ceiling in the tournament.
Would you vote for that too, Paul? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Unanimous.
confirmed?
All right. So next in our regions, we have food/water. So this is going to be, anything that might be related a little bit to food/water. So in the first matchup of this region, we have the high 3-seed of the water filter. So your Catadine, your, any other ones that you may use.
So
and
your Squeeze.
Fire
Grail.
starter in the
Garbage.
14th. So fire starter meaning like anything
Could
that's
be the plugs.
e-
could
Yeah,
be
the plugs.
anything that makes it easier to start your fire.
Bigfoot bushcraft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well,
this is
yeah.
it sucks, but I feel like this one's a pretty easy one. You have to have
It's kind of the same argument.
Water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same argument as last time.
yeah, I would say
You
so
know.
too. I mean, again, like you could boil your water,
You could.
bring some from outside and carry a
Tablets,
bunch. There's
but-
You could make a
tablets.
fire without a fire starter.
Exactly.
make a
Yeah.
fire without a fire
Yeah.
starter.
So yeah, that's the other thing is you can start a fire, but it makes it crazy easy.
It
you
does.
I
Shout
do
out fire
like
plugs.
I do love my
things are great.
Catadine Be Free, so I'm gonna go water filter.
Yeah, I'm going to do the same.
Same.
I think it's a little bit of like the water filter that way is like easy, but it's also like such a big safety.
Yeah, you don't want to be
Yeah.
vomiting on the
And
trail.
it's just
Giardia.
and it's just on the move. Like you're walking, you pass a stream, it's like boop,
Right.
done.
Scoop
you don't
it
have
up.
to. There's not, if you have the fire starters, it's great. But now you got to stop, start a fire.
Yeah,
get
but
the
there's
water,
also
do
some
the
like
boiling.
ritual of
Yeah.
starting a fire. Like you can
Yeah,
just be
sure.
patient with that. You're already
I
at
agree.
camp, your tent's set
Well,
up.
no, I'm talking about on the move. Like, imagine every time we stopped at a stream and we were out of
Oh,
water,
well,
and it's
yeah.
like, oh, I got to start a fire so I
Oh.
can purify it. It's like,
you get
you know.
you get laughed out of the group. Right.
so
You wouldn't be coming on the next trip.
Bye.
Hey guys, I missed where we're going on the next trip.
Sorry, I was boiling this water. Yeah, I made a wrong turn.
That's when we need the walkie-talkies.
Oh
Yeah.
jeez,
Yeah.
yeah,
Because that
right.
dude's getting left behind.
Rocky Talkies.
you still
that's
boil
right.
your water,
Yeah.
bud? Yep. See you in an hour.
All
We're
right.
gonna have to boil water for a
You
little
could.
while
I
here.
wonder if you can crotch
Over.
pot water. No, you can't.
No, it does
won't
not get
boil.
hot enough.
It will not
You
boil.
can make it a nice tepid.
What a great
Tepid.
word.
Just-
Tepid.
Yeah, water filter with
Water
the wind.
filter wins.
Alrighty, I like it.
Bam.
Dub.
All right.
Okay, so the next one in the food/water region,
Oh, man,
we've
there's gonna
got
be some emotion here.
in the 6th seed we have a stove. And in the 11 seed, we have the almighty bear bag.
See, but you have.
Yeah.
I guess if you're carrying a canister.
Yeah.
You could carry. There's an
Oh.
alternative to the bear bag, unless
This
we're
is
saying that's
hard.
both.
Listen again, it's not that you don't have this, it's which one do you value more?
Yeah.
Because I would say that if you didn't have a bear bag, you still better be following Leave No Trace, and you probably will have to carry a
canister.
a bear canister. Let's say with stove, you don't have a stove,
You can cook on the fire.
You can cook it on the fire, or you can eat it cold.
Nah, it sucks eating it cold.
Yeah. Ooh.
So that's a good point, because not having any of the bear bag stuff is a lot harder to get around. To then, like, you got to just figure out a way to get a bear bag without all the stuff. But not having a stove is, you could manage.
Does this compile on top of each other? Because we literally didn't choose a saw and we didn't choose fire plugs or fire starters. So if you are going through and you don't bring a stove, you better know how to fucking make a fire.
Compounding interest.
It doesn't, but that's a good
Because
So I'm thinking convenience here. Having a stove is super convenient. But not having any of the bear bag stuff and still needing to hang your food is very inconvenient.
you just wouldn't hang your food. You'd have to bring a bear
You,
can.
yeah.
You'd have to bring a bear
So
can.
what I'm
so-
trying
okay,
to
so if that's an option,
reconcile.
all right, okay.
What I'm trying to reconcile in my mind is, would I rather carry a bear can to take my stove or have the bear bag?
Yeah.
And I think I don't love the bear can,
Hate
but
it.
I would
It's-
still take
it's
the
wo-
stove. Because
yes,
the stove
yeah.
is such an absolute convenience in my eyes.
Yeah. And
It's
I'm
not even
warming
a-
up. Every time I
Yeah.
use the bear can, I warm up to it a little bit more. It's,
I don't,
I'm never gonna
I don't
warm
love
up.
it,
I'm
but
never- yeah.
but I'm okay with it.
I'm never
if
gonna
you
love
just
it.
learn to manage your shit in it better.
Yeah.
You know, and learn to pack better.
Listen,
It's
man,
not even that.
There was no breathing room in mine on the last trip, which is perfectly fine, man. Like, if you wanted to fit a gummy bear in there,
If you're doing it right, that's the
Didn't
way
fit.
it should be.
Yeah.
didn't fit.
Yeah.
You
Every
know?
square
Oh,
inch,
trust
man.
me,
Dude, it's not even about
Used
like
all that
packing
real
this
estate.
food into the bear can. It is so obnoxious. It's heavier. It's a hard piece that is up resting up against your back. So now you need to make sure that you're packing.
He gets so emotional when he talks about it.
he's
talking about it.
fired up.
Fired up.
Now you
baby.
have to, like, if you're not bringing a puffy, maybe you put your rain jacket there so it's not right up against your back. If you're not using, something that
I want to help you pack yours next time.
It's not
dude.
that
I know how
hard.
to pack a bag.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
You know
I
too
hate it.
You know too well how to pack a bag because you are OCD when
Very
it comes
OCD.
to it.
That is very true. So
I hate the bear. I'm gonna go. We're getting off topic here. I'm sorry. I'm going stove.
You're going to stove.
I'm going stove.
after
I'm gonna
all
go
that, he's
stove.
still going to do stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
After
go stove.
all that
Still bringing the bear
fanfare,
can.
I'm not.
hey man, that's showbiz.
I just don't plan on eating.
I think my biggest thing with stove is like I honestly don't really mind especially if I know I'm not going to have it. I don't mind packing to eat cold, but damn it, the coffee in the morning is such an important, warm,
Yeah.
just delicious thing. I don't want to have that cold. So that's a big part of it. So I think
And here's
stove-
where this is going to get fun.
I don't mind the cold coffee in the morning sometimes.
You like cold
Cool.
coffee.
Yeah,
mind.
I'll
I
drink
like
cold
iced
coffee.
the heat is part of why I love it.
So here's where this is
I
going
want
to
it
get
to be,
fun
but-
because like stove versus bear bag, totally agree. But because
Stove
I
versus water filter.
well, I know, but because I can easily do that on a fire and I've done that before.
Yeah.
Like stove will
it may
it's
not last
It may
another
not last
round.
because
Yeah.
it's like if as long as the fire's there,
It
stove's not
beat
really
bear
doing much.
bag.
Yeah, but you
you know.
didn't bring a saw and you didn't bring fire starters. So
But man, the patience you got
not
to
how
take
this
if
works.
the fire's not a good
Listen,
fire.
exactly
and
how it
you gotta
works.
just
The
wait.
bear bag got in foul trouble early. Stove went to an easy win, but it's not going to be so easy in the next round. So
Yeah.
moving on, Paul, why don't you mark that one
we're
for
not,
stove?
we're not even halfway through this.
is that
Look
what
at
you would
this
have done
thing.
too, Paul?
No, I would have gone bareback.
Really?
Yeah, because like Pfeiffer said, like usually I just put my
You do.
my
You do.
gun
Yeah, you like
right
put the
in the
banana
fire.
leaves on
The
top of
banana
it.
leaves
Yeah,
on
yeah.
top. Yeah.
That's why I kind of thought
Yeah.
you were going.
That's
that
pretty
way.
good.
Stove is super convenient. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
usually I just
And
put
I
it
agree
in
with
the
you.
fire.
That's why I think it's not going to last long because mean?
See, I see you doing that when you put your little cup on the fire. I'm like, oh, that's cute, and then it's like, I don't want to wait that long.
Yeah,
Little
it takes
cup?
a little longer.
Little cup?
Large.
Yeah. This guy's got a 900 milliliter.
I've dropped
pot.
water in the fire. I mean, I've
You got
messed
the
up.
yellow
He's got
stone
his
of cups.
He's got
crazy.
his brine pot that he
Well,
puts on
and,
there.
and you don't even have a lid, so you'd use a lot of those leaves to cover it up. There's not
yeah.
enough leaves to cover that thing, dude. The lid is huge.
Oh boy,
We got to make sure we make our fires bigger for Paul.
Definitely.
man.
Yeah,
All right,
man.
so the next region, we've got 2 more matchups in round number 1 to go. This next region is your sleep system. And first up here in the 7th seed, we have sleeping pad. And in the 10th seed, we have pillow. So, again, a sleeping pad is pretty, used. Everybody uses that. Everybody here uses a pillow. So, pretty important things. Which one do you value more? Which one's more important to you?
I know the
I'm a
answer, but I love
fucking
watching
diva, dude.
Brian just torture himself.
I am a backpacking diva for sure when it comes to sleep.
Good soundbite.
Yeah,
Keep
For
talking.
real.
Keep talking.
Tell us.
I'm just saying. This is
This is
hard.
not hard.
It's not hard, but
not
it's
hard.
still
Sleeping pad.
your whole
say it.
body,
Your
sleeping pad.
whole
Yes,
body or your head.
yes.
Oh, I just love my pillow.
I do love that new
I
pillow.
mean, my pillow guy over
Okay,
here.
but if you, let's say this, like, let's
Don't
say...
you dare. Don't you dare.
But again, you don't have to pick one or the other as far as like what you bring.
you can waffle
what do you
pad it.
value
When you
more?
bring both, which one are you in love with more?
The sleeping pad.
There you go.
I know.
How hard was that?
But just thinking like not having that new Lux pillow that I have
Yeah, and your velvet trail nighty.
in my pajamas.
Pajamas. His little nightcap.
Yeah.
Oh man.
This guy.
Is it safe to say that sleeping pad is moving on?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yes,
can
it
vote
is.
for
Yeah.
sleeping pad,
Yes.
but
They do
again-
pop
I mean, we're
sometimes though.
stupid, but we're not that stupid.
Oh my god! All right, so the last round. Or the last matchup in round number 1, we've got a heavy hitter. We've got number 2 seed. We have your sleeping bag / quilt. And then number 15, the sleeping bag liner, the thing that sneaks its way on inside of that sleeping bag. And
the
sleeping
old
quilt.
sneaker.
No,
David
no question
versus
for that one.
Goliath.
So I don't know though. I mean, I'm gonna paint a picture here, but if the weather is going to be amazing,
60s,
if it was
65s.
60, 70 at night, I would say sleeping bag liner and just use that. It'd be so light.
Yeah. I feel you.
But
I've never
I'm
used the
saying
liner,
sleeping
so
bag.
I don't know.
Do we need parameters on time of year?
I think you just got
gotta go with your heart.
with your gut.
It's in your kit.
Sleeping
What you
bag.
value.
Sleeping bag.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
Yeah,
sleeping bag.
I've not
quilt.
used the liner, so I kind of have to go bag.
The liner is nice. I mean, when it's cold,
And
it makes a difference.
I will say
You bring it a lot.
The weight to added warmth in your sleeping
It's like
bag
12 ounces.
is
12 to 16.
It's a lot of warmth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gain a lot of warmth.
Yeah,
do,
it's like
yeah.
very unexpected. It's like, whoa.
It's like this is the
Does a lot.
thinnest thing in the world, but then bang, it's like wow, this I'm warmer with it.
Yeah. Well, and it's I have not used it with my quilt because it's I feel like it would be a little awkward to like get into a liner and then put like the quilt over me. But now that I'm thinking about it,
I
it
actually
might be
kinda love
super
that
nice.
idea,
It
yeah.
might be nice.
That actually to me makes me want to get a quilt more than
Yeah,
'Cause,
because
I kind of like
It's like you're in a
one of
sock.
but one of the reasons
Yeah.
I like the quilt is no restriction. It's kind of nice to like
Right.
float around a little bit without being like mummified.
Well, the
Right.
liner's stretchy though, isn't it?
yeah, it's more.
Yeah,
It's more.
it
stretchy.
is,
Yeah.
but
I had been on I got the cocoon.
Wasn't that one too tight?
It was like dude. It was like you were being
sausage
mummified,
casing.
man. It was so tight. I
it's like
couldn't.
putting on a pantyhose over your whole body.
Dude, I
Yeah.
returned it immediately because I'm like, it's light and
Rubber
it's
glove.
supposed to give you a ton of warmth, but like, dude, it was way too tight
It's
on
so
me.
funny that you're saying this because I remember that's actually a piece of gear in my kit that I'm like, oh, this could be upgraded. And I remember you were like, oh, I got the cocoon, and I was like, oh crap, man, I want to like that was something I was thinking about, and I didn't do it for that exact trip. And then I remember hearing you say that. I'm like, well, boom, there it is. I guess
Yeah.
I'm good.
What were you expecting? They called it the cocoon.
No,
True.
The material,
I
the
guess,
silk
it's
is light.
the silk
yeah.
material. Yeah.
So I have a story. So you said like a rubber glove, and I don't know if you guys have ever tried to put on a rubber glove that is way too small but it is hard and hilarious. So, story, a couple weeks ago, our dog got sprayed by a skunk.
Yeah.
And it was a mess. It was horrible. Luckily, like, it wasn't, the dog didn't run around the house, so we contained it
good.
pretty well. But, we washed her a couple times, and my wife had bought rubber gloves. And she was like, hey, can you wash the dog tonight? I've got this special shampoo, all this kind of stuff. I'm like, yeah, let me go ahead and do this.
Dishwasher rubber gloves or like
were they
latex
like,
rubber gloves?
latex?
They go up to your elbow?
No,
or-
like latex.
Latex.
It was
So
not,
like latex, not like the ones you would get for like
Mr.
washing
Clean ones?
dishes.
like
Yeah.
somebody in the medical field would
Yeah,
put
yeah,
on,
yeah, okay,
right?
cool.
And so
Like
I
you're
was
going-
like,
you're
yeah, of
going into
course. She's
surgery.
like, make sure you put the gloves on. You don't want your fingers stinking
Yeah,
forever.
right.
So I was like, okay, cool, that works. And so my wife's 5 foot tall, and so I went downstairs to get the rubber gloves, and they were extra small.
Oh boy.
And I'm like, oh no. I was like,
Did they just rip?
dude, the first like 3 or 4 I put on, and but I did end up getting some on, and oh my god, they looked hilarious. They were just hanging off the end. I'm like, I have to do this. I have nothing else to use.
Should have called me. I have like a whole pack of them downstairs
Did
that I
you?
would
Yeah.
use for the
Rubber
motorcycle.
glove
I was
guy
like,
over
I'm
here.
just getting this over with, but it looked so. They came up to like
Oh,
here,
yeah.
the fingers,
Oh,
reservoir
man.
tips, bro. They were like all over. It was rough, man. It was ridiculous looking. But
Yuck.
anyways,
Anyway,
it
wait,
looks
how do we
like
get there? We're
Sleeping
going
bag,
bag. Yep.
sleeping quilt is the winner
2
of
seed
this
is
round.
taking
I
it.
think.
All right. No upset.
Look at that. So just one big upset in that.
Yeah, because
in
you
that
guys,
round with trekking
you
poles
guys were
versus
wrong.
pocket knife.
Paul, you were wrong. That's
No,
okay,
sir.
It's okay. You were wrong. It's okay.
Sometimes you're allowed to be wrong. It's fine.
I'm making a prediction in my mind what's going to elevate here to the top in this category. And
I think it's going to be a fiery Final Four, is what I'm guessing.
all
You know
right.
what is not on here that I'm kind of surprised, and maybe it was by design. You don't have a backpack on here.
That is on purpose.
Yeah, okay.
That is something that I think
Would
everybody
just automatically
values.
kinda
win.
have to have
just-
anyways.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like one of those things.
Yeah.
That's like having
Good
car
call.
keys on here without having
Without
a car.
having a car. I guess that's true.
All right, so
Round 2.
we are in the quarterfinals, which is the Elite Eight. And in the first matchup of the Elite Eight quarterfinals, we have number 1 seed Tent versus number 8 seed the Tarp.
Whoa.
So again, this is one that's could be interesting. I think Tarp versus Hammock had a good argument. I do think Tent's going to make its way all the way to the finals. We'll see. But, I mean, geez,
Both.
I know Tarp is so
Tarp is a
versatile,
dope
and it's
thing.
just it's when it doesn't come out all the time, but when it does,
It's very useful.
whoa, that's a game changer.
Every time we've ever used a tarp on the trail, it's been special.
Yeah.
it is a game changer.
It is like it's like it puts you in a living room. It's like you've got a
Yeah.
space.
Yeah, so you got
yeah.
a living room, and if you wanted to, you could have the place to sleep for the night then too. So it's
It's hard to
it's
topple.
a good argument.
It's hard to topple Tent with that, but man, the Tarp is a good piece of gear.
Tarp is cool.
And, wildly cheap.
Yeah,
You can get it.
They can be.
they can't.
I don't know. I feel
the
like
light
tarps
ones-
can be wildly expensive.
The light.
yeah.
I mean, you can
Yeah.
spend like $300 on a Tarp, dude.
REI has one that is very lightweight that can fold up super flat for $15.
That's
It's
just the blue tarp.
yeah, but it's not like the one
I
you
have
would
an
haul
REI
your-
tarp and it was like $250.
Oh
Yeah.
God!
and it's
Yeah.
not.
If you look
super
at
light.
if you look at some of the other ones, like Hyperlights is pretty expensive.
I got one that was
Gossamer Gears is
crazy cheap and
expensive.
really light
yeah,
and
they're
folded down.
They're
pretty
very
nice.
expensive.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, if you buy a good tarp to use it as a tent, it's the same as a tent. I mean, it's equivalent.
true.
I mean,
Wow.
especially if you to buy the other stuff to be able, like if you're using trekking poles or whatever, if you want to make your own tarp tent.
But you don't have trekking poles because you guys picked a pocket knife.
That's not how this works.
Breathe.
Just breathe.
Spicy.
Oh, this one's so hard.
This guy's tent. Period. I think. If I had to pick.
Is it a 1-person tent or a 2-person tent?
Oh my God!
you only need one person.
It's a 14-person tent.
Oh, the tarp.
It's an RV.
I'm gonna go. Oh, then yeah, RV. I'm gonna go tent.
Yeah, I guess I kind of have to.
Tent.
All
Tent
right.
with the clean sweep.
I'm
Yep.
sorry, tarp. I love you so
Tarps
much.
are dope though.
Hey, listen.
Tarps are dope.
The fight is half the fun.
Is that a shirt? Tarps are dope.
Tarps are dope.
Tarp it.
Put a tarp on it.
Some of the new merch.
All right, so the second matchup in the Elite Eight, we have in the 4th spot Headlamp, and in the 12th spot with the upset Cinderella Story Pocket Knife.
Cinderella story is about to be over.
About to get cut out of the equation here.
Listen,
Those ugly stepsisters are coming in and whooping her ass.
It's not midnight yet, and you going home?
Yeah, you go home.
She's singing Headlamp.
yeah, I mean, again, like Pocket Knife's cool, like definitely dope to have, but the Headlamp is so elite.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
so important.
you gotta have it.
Value very high.
The headlamp and the tent are gonna brawl.
Yeah, I think so. That's going to be a spicy Final Four. So
right,
Headlamp, there
Headlamp
we
it
go.
is.
All right, the next one on our list is Water Filter versus Stove,
Deep breaths.
which I think will be a little spicy.
Yeah.
So yeah, again, water filtering being like, what you bring on the trail with you. So like if
This-
you bring a Catadine Be Free, that would be the one.
This matchup is incredible because both of these, this is a total convenience play. Like what?
Yeah.
It's a luxury and convenience play for both of them.
You could, yeah. Well, are you,
could
saying
get by
because
without the water filter because you
Yep.
could boil.
Boil,
You could
right.
get by without the stove. Like it's all
because
convenient.
you could use the fire?
you would
Yeah.
definitely
And-
want to
and
have that
time.
stove to boil that water.
Yeah. Well, I mean, without the stove, you could still boil water on the fire, but you have
Right.
the water filter.
Well,
so
yeah, so you're
fine.
good. And without the water filter, you could
boil it on the
on the
stove.
fire or,
Or
on the stove.
You have two options. So
Boom, roasted.
so I think that's making me lean towards water filter because I still have a fire option, which is the fire, and then the convenience of the water filter.
Are we in a group or are we by ourselves?
I think you gotta assume you're by yourself.
I
'Cause
think we're-
hey
hold
man,
on.
let me get your filter. We're not
No, no,
playing
no,
that. We're
I
not
wasn't-
playing that game.
I wasn't thinking
You go with
that.
your stove.
You do not pass
I
go,
was
or
also
you do
that.
not collect
We're
$200.
also still we're going back down to like you have to choose one, and it's not that. It's just which one do you value more.
But Paul is very good at making a fire from scratch, and I
think he's a-
feel confident in the fact that if I was with Paul, I would feel safe enough to bring my water filter in order to then heat my water up on the fire for cooking and coffee.
I understand.
Yeah.
I want to
wait.
say
so which one? Wait, which one are you picking? That didn't make any
I
sense.
think he's walking through it still.
Because if you're
Yeah, it
if
made
you're making
plenty of
it,
sense.
if you're leaning on making a fire manually,
he's taking his water filter.
I'm taking my
you're
water
not
filter.
taking the stove. Got it. Okay.
I
Yeah.
think
Yeah. Okay.
how arduous and painful it is to sit and watch your water boil just to drink water. Oh, and then it's got to cool down.
Right.
That sounds like such a pain in the ass rather than me boiling.
And
Like-
and you would have
On the
to
fi- you
you
know.
would have to bring Nalgene bottles. You couldn't bring
You can do it in your pot and then transfer.
so you're gonna just wait for your water to
Hey.
cool down completely
Are you in a rush?
and then transfer it
What's the
over.
rush,
I'm
bud?
too impatient for that.
I'm just saying, like you couldn't
Sit it into the
Austin. You couldn't put
water
it in
a
your
little bit,
You couldn't
The
put it in your
stream cup.
Nalgene bottles because they're too light.
Yeah.
I
So you
saw an
couldn't
old
put
lady in a
boiling water
video
in there.
once boil water in a plastic bag over
Here's
fire.
the thing.
So
Here, you guys
my
are looking
smart
at this.
water bottles
You're looking
will
at
work.
this thing the totally wrong way. I'm bringing both of those things.
I know.
Do you not understand? It's not
Which
one or the
one
other.
do you like more?
Which one do I like more? And I think I like the stove more
Okay,
Really?
for that logic, stove.
because they're both coming with me.
Water filter.
Stove for sure.
But how do I know which one I like more if I don't know which one I don't get to have?
If you want to use that logic to come to a
Dang,
conclusion,
dude,
you
that
can.
is a
That's how I think
Rubik's
about
Cube
it.
statement.
That's how I think about it.
I love my stove. I love.
How do I
using
know
it.
what I like? I know. I'll know it when I see it. Yeah.
Give me that hot coffee.
I'm gonna go water filter.
Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is Finkel.
All right,
Yeah, water
so we
we
have a
split?
tie. So Paul's up. He's got to do his little.
Call the box in New York.
Yeah. I'm going water filter.
I knew he would.
like
Yes,
it.
he
Yeah.
said he didn't even go
This
for
guy
a
has
stove in the
no
last
love
one.
for the stove.
Well, when you buy a 9-gallon one, dude, you're
This
just,
guy is taking stove. This guy's got a vendetta for stoves.
dude. The committee does not like the stove. All right, so the final matchup in the Elite Eight, we have
This is gonna be
the
hard.
sleeping bag / quilt versus sleeping pad. This is good.
It's a
I know.
toughie.
I know my answer.
I think I know.
This is easy to me.
Dang, dude. I mean, this is.
I'm gonna
tough.
go bag.
Oh, okay. Mine was. I'm going pad.
I can deal with the ground.
Hold
in
on,
certain
we're
areas.
gonna let Brian stress over this. I'm going sleeping. I'm going sleeping quilt.
Okay.
You're gonna go bag.
Yes.
I'm
You're
gonna go pad. Yeah.
I can't sleep unless I have like a layer over me or like a little blanket. Even
See,
if it's
I'm the
hot as
same.
shit outside, I need like it could be a sheet.
Yeah.
I just need something.
I like the weight too.
I love my new quilt so much that I'm just like obsessed with it. I just value it
Dude,
so much.
I have been on the ground before and it sucks
Yup.
so bad.
Yep.
Yep. He's reliving just awful memories right now.
He's reliving.
Can I tell you that is one of the reasons why I'm not super keen on going back to Linville? Just
That's where
because
it
of,
happened?
Oh,
just
bad
because of that
mems.
trauma.
Did it happen in Linville?
Yeah, up on the.
My sleeping pad that I had that thermorest
Yeah.
Uba
Oh, the thin one,
light,
yeah.
the really it was like an inch thick. It was like when I was like trying very hard to be as light as
Yeah.
possible.
Ultra Brian.
Yeah, and I had that pad, and it was the first night I noticed that it had some kind of hole in it somewhere because I was starting to go down,
Yeah.
down. You're probably thinking of when my pad
we in the
popped
whites?
when we were in the whites.
whites.
Yeah, duct
that's
tape
what
job.
But
that's what
I was able
yeah.
to fix that with duct tape.
DTJ.
Very, no, I guess easily. It was pretty easy. So
You did a great job.
And it held air, and it was great. It was the best night of
feel
sleep
a
I've ever had.
tie coming on.
I'm gonna go with the sleeping bag.
Oh, that's not where I
Wow.
thought he was
Out of
going
left
with
field.
that.
Yeah.
Would anybody
Dang.
in the group? Let me just pose this question though. Would anybody do waffle pad?
Yeah.
Never.
I would.
I
I'd
would.
be curious to try it again.
I did.
I
It's
would.
too bulky.
But I got to be honest, doing it for a while and then going to the inflatable,
Yeah.
it's no contest inflatable.
yeah.
Yeah, and,
Like,
and
the
not
only
even
reason-
having Holland Cube on the back of your backpack.
The only-
I don't want to
too
do that
big.
either.
The
It
only
might
reason-
be really light, but
the
it's
only
too
reason
big.
I would.
Yeah, agreed.
The only reason I would is if I was cowboy camping or if I was on the ground, because I'd rather not do the pad on just earth. I want to grab something. I'd take something that's super durable.
Yeah.
And just lay it out. I'm already on the
Oh,
ground.
that's
anyway.
true. Yeah,
So,
right. If
Yeah,
you
no
were
popping, no
yeah.
no
if you're straight,
variables.
because it is more durable.
Yeah.
Again, I think we said this in another episode. The only way that thing's failing is if you accidentally throw it in the fire.
Right.
You know, because that is no fail.
But if I'm in a
product.
tent, I'm
You'd
bringing
probably
a
still
pad.
use
There's
it then.
very few no fail products, and that is
That's
one of them.
I actually am using a waffle pad this year for when go to Rainier. I sleep on a waffle pad.
Nice.
Oh,
There you
yeah,
go.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I'm in like
Right,
in a-
you're in a bunkhouse.
Okay.
I'm
cabin.
on a piece of wood, so it's
Yeah.
flat and it's
Yeah.
So
Beautiful.
But
All
yeah,
right.
I
So bag.
We have.
Is
dude,
that what you would have gone to, Paul?
I'm still torn, honestly. I mean, I've slept on the ground without a sleeping pad, and it is the
It
worst.
sucks.
Yeah.
But I've also like been in a really thin sleeping bag during a cold camping trip, and that too
sucks,
is
too.
the worst. I couldn't imagine sleeping
Imagine
with no
both.
bag. Yeah, like yeah, just kill me.
Hypothermia.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still kind of torn, but I think I gotta stay warm, so I would say bag.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful. Love it.
Sorry,
good,
Fife.
good
Sorry,
weird one.
Fife.
That was a good fight. It was a good fight. So our top 4 seeded products are in the final 4.
Oh, look at that. Okay.
So
Oh yeah.
with
1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
right.
So in the first matchup of the semifinals / final 4, we have number 1 seed Tent and number 4 seed Headlamp. 1 seed Tent, 4 seed Headlamp.
Dude,
All right. So now, especially now, we have to get out of the mindset. I have to get out of the mindset of I can only bring one because
Because those are
that's
essentials.
just stupid.
They're
Like,
essentials.
so what do you
Yeah.
love more,
What do you value more?
dude?
I love my headlamp.
Really?
I do.
Dude, I am obsessed with my tent, man. I'm absolutely obsessed with my tent.
I think tent for me in this case too.
Okay.
If by the logic that we're saying earlier, I'm taking both. I just have to pick. Then tent.
10
What
is
brings
it?
what brings you more joy?
I think
My
that
headlamp brings me joy.
Mine would
Headlamp
be
brings
more
me
of
joy.
like how I can make an argument against tent rather than headlamp being of more importance. I think the headlamp like so essential for, survival really.
Safety.
For safety. I have a fairly new one that's like a rechargeable one that's like a beam of light. It's pretty incredible. But my new tent's pretty dope, and it's really lightweight, and I like that it's lightweight and that it fits in my pack well, and it's easy to put up. Yeah, dude, tent's elite.
Look at us, man. We're a bunch of tent losers. We're obsessed with tents. We're
Oh,
we're
dude,
tent
we do
guys.
love tents.
The Tent Theory podcast.
But
Yeah,
how cool is walking outside in the middle of the night, going to take a pee with your headlamp and the beam shining through, and it's
And
I
listen,
don't do
the
that.
photos
Come on,
you
man.
get with the beam of light, love it. I'm in,
when
man.
it's a little
I'm
foggy.
glad you're bringing it.
Yeah.
I'm glad you have it.
When it's a little foggy.
So you went
Oh.
headlamp?
Yeah, I went headlamp. I love my headlamp.
Listen, I think, dude, it's not a bad call. Headlamp is dope.
I mean, think about when we did the gnome episode, and what didn't we all bring a headlamp? We
No.
all kept a headlamp.
I know
No.
you did.
No, he didn't. He actually backed out of it.
Who did?
I did?
Alex. I'm pretty sure he backed out of it.
Well, I would change my answer now. Headlamp's
really?
so critical, man.
Yeah.
Hyper critical.
I
I
haven't
made it.
listened
All
to
right.
that episode in a minute.
I was an idiot and picked socks. Dumb, dude.
Forrest Gump over
Go
here.
back and listen to the gnome episode. What is that episode even called?
It's episode 67.
I don't remember.
No, it's
I don't remember. I don't remember what it's called.
We'll look it up. We'll put a link.
Yeah.
All right. So for the
Very
final
fun
matchup
episode.
in the final four, we have in the 2 seed we have sleeping bag / quilt, and number 3 water filter. What a weird head-to-head battle. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Brian's gonna go back because he's the sleep king.
I do like
Sleep
my
diva.
sleeping
I
bag.
don't know. This
and I
guy,
have
the
a
way he
quilt,
was
too.
talking about a water filter, I thought he wanted to marry it.
I do love my Catadine as well. But I'm gonna go sleeping bag, quilt. Yeah.
I mean, we have.
A lot of our arguments have already been made for both of these in
Right.
such
Right.
strong ways that it's hard to like
Pick on
man.
something new.
Yes, like it's like, damn, dude. And the Catadine is just so fast.
I know.
It's so nice.
So
yeah,
convenient.
the other option is you have purification tabs. You have to wait
Ugh.
45 minutes.
That sucks.
I've done it, but it
I-
tastes like a pool.
Yeah.
It tastes like
Here's the thing, and you guys know this because you've seen me do it. If I didn't have a water filter and I'm lazy, I'm just drinking the water and I'm gonna die. So I'm bringing a
I
water
get
filter.
so nervous every time I see you do that.
Yeah, I'm bringing a water filter.
okay, but you've stopped that.
I have, but still,
Kinda.
if I didn't have the water filter readily available, I would be
remember
more tempted
when we
to
first
see
started this
running water.
When we first started this
A little
podcast, we
unoffended
did
by it
we did-
myself.
it was like probably episode 4. We did an episode on all things water, and one of the things we learned when doing our research and looking things up is that we were like, oh, if there's like, you know, a
running water.
waterfall
Oh,
or
yeah,
through
yeah, yeah.
rocks or it's rushing water, it's cleaner. And no, it
Nope.
is not. It is
Yeah.
just as dirty as still water.
and I
Yeah.
think my response to that was, no.
I don't believe that.
I don't believe in the
it's not real.
science. Yeah.
that's not real.
That's what he said. I'm pretty sure that's not real.
So yeah,
Oh my
I love.
God.
That's
well,
a placebo effect.
I like my water filter. Brings
Very
me
nice.
joy.
Feels
All right.
better.
So
Sleeping bag.
yeah, I'm gonna go sleeping bag as well in the quilt. I just
You
yeah.
have been the odd man out
I
on
know.
the
try to get
on
these
the final
upsets.
four.
Try to get these upsets.
Yeah, he's got money on the.
Pfeiffer's an underdog.
Would you
went
do
to
the same thing,
FanDuel.
Paul?
Sleeping bag.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So before we get to the final, we do have a third and fourth, or the third place matchup. So we got to
The
make sure we
losers
hit that
bracket.
up. This is technically the losers bracket. Yeah. So
This is the you get an award to bracket.
yes, exactly.
Participation trophy.
Yes.
So water filter at the 3 spot versus number 4 headlamp.
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 Water filter.
Headlamp.
Headlamp.
Oh, boom, boom,
There's-
boom,
there's our
boom.
upset.
There's our
4 over
upset.
3.
Yeah. Love a headlamp.
Headlamp's king, man.
I
If
did
it made it all the way through, I probably would have picked it for the number 1.
I actually
What?
thought it was going to get to the final.
I love my headlamp.
I did, yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, it's such a. I did
It's a-
think that it was
so
going to do
clutch.
pretty well. So third place was 4 seed headlamp. I like it. All right, for the final matchup, for all the marbles, we have in the 1 seed, Tent, and in the 2 seed, the sleeping bag. So these are both important sleeping options. They're one of the big 4, right?
So when I set up my tent and I get in it and I get in my bag, which of the two is bringing me more value and joy and happiness and contentment?
That's a good point. If I were to take that question and that logic, I would probably go sleeping bag. But I think that a tent has depending on the features that you like about your tent, like one of the things I really love about my tent is how light it is. The Dyneema.
It might be argued your quilt is probably lighter than your tent.
No, but compared to other tents.
Not Dyneema.
It's not Dyneema. There are so many other tents that are not light, you know what I mean? And not obtuse. Mine is so easy to carry around. But I don't know. It's a tough one. This is very, very hard.
So here's what I want to throw at this, because I'm struggling here. I want to say tent so very quickly, but have you ever slept in like a shitty sleeping bag? Like I have.
Yeah, dude.
And I would rather carry a 4-person Coleman tent and have a good sleeping bag than have a shit than get into getting into a friggin' Mercedes tent and then
have a burlap sack
into a shitty sleeping bag. Like at that point, if it's gonna keep me dry and it's a shelter, cool, I'm good there. I would rather get into something comfortable.
I like that a lot. I'm gonna go bag. Actually, that's good logic. It's touching your skin, man.
That.
Well, we know how
me.
Pfeiffer sleeps with no clothes at all.
It's touching. It's touching
the
every
difference
part of
between good tent and bad tent is you're still dry.
Still dry. Yeah.
I would take comfort in sleep.
Yep.
Interesting take.
I think that I'm gonna go tent. My favorite piece of gear right now is my tent.
Oh man,
beautiful.
Give this guy an emergency silver blanket.
That
his
Tart
nice
tent Dipole 1 Li is.
we're getting close.
So hold
awesome.
on, Pfeiffer, you have a decision made, right?
I do.
You're going
I'm going bag.
All right, and Piper, Brian, you are going with tent, and then Alex
tent.
I'm going sleeping bag.
And I am going sleeping bag as well.
Oh my God, you clowns.
Upset. To be honest, while we were going through this whole exercise, I kind of had sleeping bag as my winner for the whole
Really?
thing.
Yeah.
Would you have done the same thing? You would have picked
I
tent,
would
right,
have went
Paul?
sleeping bag.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Touching your skin, man.
You just got pumped.
Well, it's not touching Brian's skin because he's
I
got
have pajamas.
He has pajamas on.
Yeah.
Oh,
His sleeping
man.
bag is his pajamas. He doesn't even need anything else.
All right, well that was fun, dude.
That
was awesome.
Wins.
That was sweet. Yeah, no, I'm happy to see a 2-seed in the one spot. We had a couple upsets, not a ton. There were some pretty easy ones out there, but we saw a couple different upsets, which was cool.
It is interesting that was the winner because that is the one piece of gear that I'm kind of like this year. I'm like,
is that the one?
That's
upgrade,
on my mind too.
Do I upgrade my I would go quilt because I do really like the quilt that I have, but it's not heavy enough. So the quilt that I have can only do 45 degrees as
it's pretty light.
Your comfort level. And I think I need a 20 degree.
So the cutest part about this bracket is the two things you've bought the most versions of are the final two here.
Yeah.
The other thing is,
there's no secret.
He values them.
Why that?
The other
He
thing is,
values them.
I'd love to trace it back and see the order of 1 to 16 of our picks. Because is that that's the order? That's the order that Trail Theory values their gear.
Yeah.
That's what this proves.
Yeah.
So it's just cool to see how what our pecking order is of stuff that we care about the most.
Can I throw a wrench in since we've got maybe just a tad more time?
Yeah, please do.
So the winner was
floor
sleeping
is
bag and
yours.
quilt. Let's put that up against backpack. Again, it's not something. If we're going on the logic of what brings you more joy,
Backpack.
or
Bag.
is it your sleeping bag or your backpack?
Yeah, I
think
mean,
it's still bag for me.
I think for me it's pack too.
I think I could go backpack.
I'm so happy with my pack. I love it so much. If I didn't have a good pack, it would have been replaced already.
Yeah.
Bad pack, I'm replacing immediately.
But-
Bad sleeping bag, I maybe can go a couple trips and then get it.
But shit, see, if I apply the same logic that I applied for the last round, I've had I've used my Hyperlight for so many years now, but before that I had my kind of bulky Osprey, which
Right.
it was fine.
It's
It was a good pack, right? I mean, by a lot of standards, it's a great pack. I sound like such a snob, but that said, if I had that pack, I guess I'm thinking through it this way: that pack and my current sleeping bag, I would say I could deal with that. I think I'm taking sleeping bag here.
Really?
Again,
Such a
yeah,
elite-
sleeping bag versus.
I would go.
That's what I was
I think
going
I'd go backpack.
Yeah, I think I'd go pack too,
Yeah.
but it's not easy.
So that's a tie.
it's not easy.
But like crappy sleeping
Paul.
bag. That's what I
Paul.
keep coming back to.
now he's doing like 80s dance.
I was gonna say now you're just Madonna or something.
Miming over there.
I'm still undecided. Because I mean, the pack you're using all day,
Yeah.
but the bag you're using all night.
You're not even conscious during 90% of it.
You are if it's a really bad sleeping bag.
If it's a potato sack, then yeah.
This guy with the deep thoughts over here. Goodness gracious. Here.
One you're using all day and one you're using all night.
Deep Thoughts by Paul.
Man, it really sucks if you like have horrible sleep on the trail. So probably bag.
Really?
Probably bag. Yeah.
It would be really shitty to have a
Reigning
pretty awful
supreme.
backpack, though.
That's true.
You're gonna be
Yeah,
sore
but then
all
your
day.
you can rest your shoulders at
I've
night
had
while you're sleeping. You get
shitty
them all
both.
nice.
Yeah.
Shitty both.
I've had shitty packs. I've had shitty bags.
Oh man.
Shitty bag.
Shitty bags. Bags of shit.
You need a wag bag.
But I think, I'm going bag.
Okay.
Nice.
Well, there it is.
There it is.
The
Bag is
sleeping
the
bag
top.
and quilt reigns supreme.
All right. I love it, dude. The
That was
Trail
good.
Theory
That was awesome.
backpacking
Yeah,
gear
that was
bracket,
Nice.
spring insanity was success. I'm already thinking of like this format in a different way.
Backpackers Big Bracket Brawl.
There you go.
With food.
That's a good one.
You guys all let us know. I don't know. There's not really a way for you to, unless you copy it down and do your own bracket. But tell
There's
us what
so many
your
brackets we can
top
do.
would be. You
Yeah.
know, if you
Well,
agree
wins.
with bag or if something else would have made it.
We'll put a blank picture of the bracket
Yeah.
on the screen right now. You can screenshot it.
Do your
There you
bracket
go.
and send it
Yep.
in. Here's see what you
Easy.
guys think.
Beautiful. Love that.
We have some trivia.
Trivia.
It's trivia time.
Trivia time.
Bring it.
Yeah, we probably should have some like cool music coming through here, right?
We do,
I will
that
do
cool enough?
generic 80s, not copyrighted.
I was
You
gonna
could
say.
just use the star sounds from
Very
the
close of something.
Oh, I know.
from the
I'm
night
making it
Night
just,
Sky app.
just off.
Now we can't.
Yeah,
now we
now
can't air
we're-
the
now
episode.
we're
yeah. Thank you.
Fine.
Okay.
What do we got?
So
Lay it
this
on the
is plants, animals, and water.
Ooh.
So we're going to go with easy first.
Please do.
All right, question. Theodore Roosevelt National Park is home to several large, loud colonies of A, birds, B, prairie dogs, C, cicadas, D, coyotes.
See, I thought before you said any of that, I was like immediately
B.
wolves.
Oh.
Oh, so
Say
coyotes might be
say the
Okay, so A, birds, B, prairie dogs, C, cicadas, D, coyotes.
I think
bruh,
it's-
prairie
it's-
dogs
it's-
are everywhere out there.
I think it's
Yeah,
prairie dogs.
but-
I bet they can be loud too.
I'm saying D. I'm saying wolves.
Wolves? I think
Dude,
it's
coyotes.
coyotes.
Coyotes are loud AF.
they don't call them colonies though. You get a colony of prairie dogs. I don't think you have a
I'm
colony.
gonna say cicada. I'm gonna go C.
Yeah, but those are only around every like what 12 years or
No,
something.
I mean that's. I don't think that's always
You know
true.
what? Yeah,
I'm going
colony is the right.
coyotes.
I'm going prairie dogs. Then,
Prairie dog,
because
colony of prairie
a
dogs.
coyote would be a pack.
A pack.
Yeah.
Does it say
It
specifically?
said colonies, yeah.
Colonies.
I mean,
Oh, that's-
the devil's in the details here, right? I mean,
I don't want to say prairie dog because I don't want it to be it. So I'm going to say coyotes.
guys on the edge.
I'm
He's
gonna do
prairie
cicadas.
dogging.
Cicadas.
Cicada, prairie dog,
Prairie dog. Oh,
coyote,
Coyote.
prairie dog.
prairie dog. My
I'm right.
prairie dog boys.
Yeah,
Got
they
it.
got
So,
it.
Knew it.
Cheese.
Prairie, the
That was a
first
good
time,
detail.
Gotta read the
That's
question.
the
a
first
bummer.
time we
Cheat.
drove out west and we saw prairie dogs on the side of the road, I remember it was like, dude, the car almost went off the road. We were like, what the hell are
It was a
those?
hit one.
Holy, those are prairie dogs. Like, I've never seen a prairie dog on the road. And then once you notice them, they're everywhere. They're all over. They're like squirrels, man.
Really?
That's
Are they really loud?
Oh, they're just like, you just see them, they're driving. They're just
Clearly they
If there's
are.
a lot of them,
Yeah, let
and
me-
they make
What
a noise,
kind of noise is a prairie dog?
They kind of like
Yeah, I
scream.
wonder-
I think it's just.
All right,
like
hold
a-
on. Let's see. This is what it sounds like.
Oh, good editing.
That was right.
Good editing.
But to flush out the answer. It is prairie dogs. They are highly social and communicative animals with different warning calls for different threats. They aren't actually dogs, though. They are rodents.
they're like
much more closely related to squirrels.
Hey, there you go.
I think they're pretty highly intelligent too. I could be wrong.
think
Well, they're
so.
communicating with each other pretty well. I've seen some
Like
nature documentaries.
It's like a
before.
meerkat, right? It's the same
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's Timon, right?
What's that other little rodent
really, but-
animal? Like not a mongoose.
Like a ferret.
No,
groundhog?
there's a gear brand named after it.
Oh, a marmot.
Marmot.
Yeah.
We saw a marmot.
I've
Those
seen
little
marmots.
guys are adorable.
Yeah,
dude,
adorable.
marmots are dope.
I'm pretty sure there was some marmots on Rainier when we were there.
They're cute, man.
All right, so we got a hard,
We got a hard
question.
one.
Yeah. So after being deliberately hunted to extinction during colonization, when were bison reintroduced to Theodore Roosevelt National Park? A, 1932, B, 1944, C, 1956, D, 1968.
All right. So is it
After being deliberately
pre-war or
after being deliberately hunted to extinction during
Right.
colonization, when were bison reintroduced to Theodore Roosevelt
gosh.
National Park?
I am going to. Oh man, that's a good question.
I think it's after the. I don't think we do that pre-war. I'm
gonna
gonna do
say-
it C.
I think C is a good answer too. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go even later. I'm going to go D, 1968.
I'm going D as well.
Yeah, I kind of think it was later as well. Is that's the
I mean,
latest?
I don't know.
That was
I
the
mean,
latest,
it's a
right?
guess.
It's
68
basically
was the latest.
30s, 40s, 50s,
It's
60s,
still,
right?
it's
Yeah,
still,
we have
it's
32,
still almost 60
44,
years ago.
56, 68.
I think 68.
I'll stick with C. Maybe I'll sneak by.
Pfeiffer. Well done.
Hey! See, I thought he was going to go Pfeiffer. You're wrong. You're wrong.
Hey, man,
he only does that
Alex
for you.
Trebek. The guy's good. The guy is good.
C, 1956.
Hey, 2 for 2.
Today, several hundred bison live in the park and are a common and popular sight for visitors. Remember to always view wildlife at a safe distance.
Yeah, don't be a Toro.
Wow. Educational and informative.
Yeah.
I'll take 8 tits for 500.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Wonderful.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Trail Theory Podcast. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. If you have a question or you want to let us know what your bracket is and you don't want to put it in the comments below,
Yeah, email
shoot us an
us.
email, trailtheorypod@gmail.com. Don't forget to join us for the Northeast Ohio Adventure Fest. That's May 16th in Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio. It's going to be an absolute blast. Let's go. Live podcast, merch, all kinds of stuff. Be on the
Gang
podcast
sesh.
with us.
Yes.
It's going to be great. So we love you. Thank you. We'll see you next time.
It must be the shoes.
The Trail Theory Podcast is sponsored by Audimute and Audio Technica. Music by Dan Koch.